I take no orders from you. I am an Autobot now.
Welcome back to the Tidy Room Hangar. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with the MPG-13 Shattered Glass version of Jetfire because it showed up yesterday with no additional cost to me whatsoever yet. Yeah, I don't have any additional cost I had to pay for this thing, but it is available. It shows you. I have a link down below where you can get yours, of course, $260. It's not the cheapest figure in the world, and they took out some of the accessories, but it is a Shattered Glass repaint, probably produced in way smaller quantities than a standard one because there's probably a smaller market looking to get this recolor. But people who love Jetfire and Skyfire are probably in on this, and I do think it looks great. But we'll get into looking at pluses, minuses, and all that stuff with this guy. And remember, TH and to support your reviewer at ShowZ helps the channel. Let's take a look at this guy, do some comparisons, talk about another option that's coming also. Coming up. Alright, so here he is in the alt mode, and I guess we'll look at it kind of a spin here on it at this angle, and then look at it kind of more of a top-down angle because it looks good. So this is kind of the color scheme, the Shattered Glass color scheme, and I like the purple. Purple and black looks pretty good. This seems to come disconnected a bit. Disconnects a bit on this design. But yeah, I like the color scheme. And is the color scheme better than the original one? Well, it's definitely different. I never picked up the, I think Hasbro made one for their version, the Siege version. It was like a Pulse exclusive in this color scheme, but I don't know because I don't have it. Never picked that one up. Probably should have though. So this will be my first Shattered Glass color scheme. And it is definitely quite striking. It looks really good. Like the green here kind of makes me think of some of these other bigger Titans that have that green on them, and the clear green. You do see the engines, the thrusters, the purple stripes, some stuff you see a little bit better this go around. I already did put in these blast effects that are now coming out. If you mess with them, they'll come out. I did put the gun on there. We'll show all those features here in just a bit, but alright, so that's a good look at it. Let's look at a couple of these features and the little bit that you can do in this mode. First thing is the weapon storage. I just put it on there so I don't forget to talk about it. And you can peg, there's a peg here. You can tuck this away now because we're going to move that out of the way. We do have the landing gear that folds out right here and then out right here. Kind of basic on the landing gear, nothing really all that special. We do have on the rear thrusters, just like the original one, they do move a little bit, and then you plug these thrusters in. Now if you push in on it, it's going to push this in, so you need to keep it out. And this kind of coming untabbed there, but I probably won't display it in this mode because I like the robot mode the most. And there's a little bit of play back and forth, but not much in these thrusters. Yeah, that's it for those. Now there is an accessory, well, two accessories that could be utilized in this mode if you want to, and they're this symbol. So right now it's got a purple Autobot symbol on it, but it's also going to come with a couple others. You got a blank one, so you truly are a robot in disguise, and then you also have a red Decepticon. You know, it's supposed to be red for Autobot. That's the whole flip and switch kind of deal that you get with it. And one last thing is we have an adapter for the stand that's not included, and past that the only other accessories will be some faces, which we will look at in the robot mode. So before we get into comparisons, I want to make it on more of an equal playing field. So I'm going to show a couple of things real fast. First of all, with this, you can still store the faces in here. If you want to just plug them in like that, I mean, it's the same mold, so it does it fine. Not something I'm really into doing so much, but, well, actually, I probably will, actually, now that I mention it. I probably will, but not until after I've shown them in the robot mode. And then I'm going to get it to closer to a like the Robotech style and fold that down and get that into here. Here it is next to the Matchbox Robotech, and as you can see, it's just slightly longer than what Matchbox did back in the 80s. Really, really glad that they made this. Wished it transformed. I understand the legal ramifications of it. They actually engineered it to transform, then they had to make changes at the very end due to legalities. But this would have been probably one of the greatest toys ever made in the 80s if it actually transformed, but it's not really a transformer. And a quick comparison to a tired, worn out measuring stick, a Masterpiece Optimus Prime. But almost everybody has one of these in their collection, so they have an idea of the size and a good reference. Alright, here he is in sort of a Gerwalk mode. Now, I'm not going to be showing transformations because I've already done all this with the regular review, and adding another 20-15 minutes to the review just seems like a waste of time when you can just refer back to that other video for a transformation. So this, most people don't want to watch the transformation again. They've said that. So here it is, Gerwalk mode. Kind of probably need to tighten a few things up. You could, at this point, because if you pull the arms out, then you can slide this together and it looks cleaner and way cleaner if a backpack, and you can do that. Or you could slide it out, widen it again. However you want to do it. It's not really a big deal. I think it looks cleaner like this, so that's why it's like that. I'm not a fan of Gerwalk mode. In fact, I consider not even showing it. But so many people really are a fan of that aspect of the Robotech and might even get this just for this. There are people that might actually get it just for Gerwalk mode. I'll never see it again the rest of the time I own this. Let's get into bot mode. Alright, here he is in his robot mode. In my haste to get here, because this is what I really wanted, was him in his robot mode, I forgot to show a couple of features that the alt mode could do, and that keeps coming untabbed on me. Is this opens up and you have a little spot in there. Let's get that up there, like a little cockpit kind of area in there, but no figures to put it in or put in it. But it's painted nicely. It looks good, and they got like a little window with clear on it. Also, you have some other stuff going on down here. This opens up, and then there also was something similar to this that opened up underneath the cockpit. Just one of those things I forgot to talk about because didn't have the figures, and I really couldn't have done anything with it other than just show it's there, and now you see it's there. But I will have to say this figure is quite striking in this color scheme. He does look really good. I'm impressed the way it looks. I like it. The black, the purple, and of course the character's awesome. Looks really good. Works. You do have the cockpit, which it also opens. And that's on the chest, which is good. So it's the actual cockpit, not a faux cockpit. I don't really mind either way. Like, either way it's accomplished, it's fine with me. It's just some people are disturbed by that. The head has the green transparent in it. You can see kind of some, looks like we got some electrical stuff going on inside his head there. He's thinking real hard. He's a scientist after all, so he's not really a warrior. So that's, I don't know if really that aspect is what I liked about it. I just liked that he was big and he looked cool when I was younger. But also with great power comes great responsibility, and he wields that responsibility well. You can have these outer however you want, but get down to the legs, and the legs look pretty good. I mean, he's a big guy. Forgot how big they said he was. 14, 15 inches tall, something like that. So he's a big dude. And yeah, it looks really good overall. He is a little back heavy, so I have kind of a slight forward leaning pose to him. Same issue with the original one. Just when you have this ginormous backpack on him, I mean, that's just kind of what happens. You got some, I think we've got die casts somewhere in the hips. There's a couple of areas that do have die casts in them, which I felt when I was transforming. I forgot all about that. Forgot about the little bit of die cast he has, but maybe I'm just crazy. Alright, now we have some articulation to look at, left and right, up and down. And you can pull it up pull it down however you want. Shoulders, we do have a butterfly, a really good butterfly. I always forget to talk about butterflies for whatever reason. You can obviously do the 360 heavy strong ratchet, and it goes up to there, out to there. Little strange how the shoulder operates. And then you do have the bicep swivel. But you can get all the range you want, just more or less because of transformation. Double jointed elbow. Hands have, do they splay? They don't splay. 2 points of articulation on each finger. Posable thumb. That works. Waist swivel. Non-existent. Non-existent waist swivel. Ab crunch is just the hips. It's all in the hips with him. It's all in the Gerwalk hips. I'm gonna try the hips again. Out to here. And then you can go a little extra to the front. Like so. Because of the extra hip that goes on there. Very little back. He's blocked by his own backpack. Get the weight distribution correct. You do that little swivel right here. And then past, it's got a pretty decent knee articulation. It's only going to go so far, but yeah, definitely past the 45, past the 90, whatever. And the feet. Down, up, side to side. They need to be really strong ratchets because he's a big figure, so he carries some weight. Let's get into his accessories. There's his stoic face, which is fine. He also has an oh no face. Oh no. And then a smile / blowing an energon bubble face. I'm going with stoic. And speaking of stoic, you can stow the faces in here, which I will do. I'll go ahead and do now that we've gotten to this point. And they stow fine. It's just putting this back in here is not always the funnest, easiest thing to do. Now getting into what is changing these out, which I would only really just this right here. Let's see. There we go. And I like the purple Autobot. I mean, I really like the Autobot going along with it. I guess the red does sort of give it a little more color breakup on the shelf. So yes, it is a thing that can be done. If you like that, if I don't get too much glare on that. If you want the red on it, that's a thing. I think I'm going to stick with the Autobot purple, just slides over the top. Fell off like twice while I was transforming it though. It's kind of a pain. Now I normally leave this stuff just in the box, but since they give us a storage option, I'm going to use it. I'm finding nowadays that I appreciate the storage options so much more. And get that tabbed in there. Get that tight together. For comparison, we are going to compare him to the first one, but I was able to make both of them. Both of the blast effects fit in the gun. It's not really designed like that. It doesn't look best like that, but here they go. Let's get them as close to in frame as possible. Maybe push them back just a bit. But you can see how similar they are. Yet different because of the color scheme. But I like it. I think it's a good design. Overall, this figure looks just striking in this color scheme. But I don't know. I don't think I've got a lot of light on it, but it still doesn't feel like enough to pick up all the detail. And I know it's shattered glass, so it's not cartoon, but tune accurate to what you want. This is the mold that you'll want to go with. And let's see what else we got. And here it is. From my understanding, from what I'm told, this is all shattered glass stuff. I'm not super into the shattered glass and kind of how all that goes. Let's get it from different angles here. But I wanted to set this up. I was told that is the orange Cyclonus is a shattered glass thing. That's what I'm told. It's what I'm told. But I just think it looks different. Cool colors. I'm not out to get every single thing that's made for shattered glass. But a handful of my favorite characters or my favorite molds in different colors is a lot of fun. And that works. Plus, this will be a great, what people like to call clickbait thumbnail. And lastly, there's the KO oversize of this guy. That's going to make him actually technically taller. Quite a bit taller in this one. But it's going to be the Siege in this coloration. I do have that, it's called like Vor something. I don't remember the name exactly, but it's the fourth party oversized version coming in this coloration. I do think this is a good design, but for me, because I am so G1, I like this more. I'm on the fence whether I get the Shattered Glass version of him upscaled, but I figured I'd throw that out there because it's something that's coming. It's on the way. It's like $102. It shows you store. All right, so this is my look at the Takara MPG-13 Shattered Glass version of Jetfire, and what do I think of him? I think that I already liked the mold. I already liked what they did with the first one, and I liked the KO of that. And now I like this one. Am I after everything Shattered Glass in the world? No, not at all. I am just picking this up because it's one of my favorite characters. I like the mold. I like what they did with the first one, so I knew I'd like this one. But I'm curious what you guys think about this. Are you interested in this particular version of Shattered Glass Jetfire, Skyfire, however you want to consider it? Or is it just fun to see it? To see the stuff that they make that's a little bit different? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I did get this Shozi store. I'm going to have a link down below where you can get yours. Remember, TH in the support your reviewer helps the channel out, helps me go after stuff a little bit more obscure like this. So show it to you all. Teddy Hanger out.